My name is James Merriam. I'm the Director of Spiritual Life here at Villa Gardens. This is just a great chance for you to get to know some of the wonderful residents and staff here at Villa Gardens, just to give you a little bit more background into some of the great people that live and work here. There's a lot of us, and so sometimes it's hard to get to know everyone. But hopefully by listening to this, you'll find out a little bit more about one of your neighbors or one of the staff here at Villa, and you'll have a great conversation starter the next time you see them. This is not professionally done. This is done in my office on a computer, so there may be some glitches or poor audio quality at times, so please forgive that. But I hope this is a blessing to you, and I hope that you enjoy. Well, this is James again. I'm here with Sonia Ortiz, one of the caregivers at Villa Gardens. She's my guest today. Again, just the whole idea is just for, as a part of a community, to get to know each other better. So I'm going to start just asking you some simple questions. There's no points or rewards, no prizes, unfortunately. But so first question is, where were you born?
I was born in Los Angeles, California.
Okay, so you're a LA native.
Yes.
And I've seen you walking around with some Raiders gear.
Yes. I'm a big Raiders fan.
You're a Raiders fan, even though they're in Las Vegas now.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other teams out here that you love, or?
Baseball, my Dodgers. I love my Dodgers.
How are you coping with the loss?
Well, next year. Okay. We'll see next year.
Next year. Okay.
I was heartbroken, but I still love them.
That's good. That's good. And what is your role at Villa Gardens? I know caregiver, it says on your name tag, but what exactly does that mean?
Well, I mean, I assist them with their daily living, whatever it is they need. If they need, either to escort, to have their meals or, bathing, grooming, laundry, some light housekeeping. Okay. Whatever it is they're assisted, that they need is what we do, or I do.
Oh, wow. No, that's a lot. I barely do that in my own home, and so I can't imagine doing that for work. Oh, wow. Okay, so have you always done that role here at Villa Gardens?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I do also do medication if they need me. I'll go ahead and pass out medication.
Okay. So how long have you worked here?
Here, I'm going on 3 years in December.
3 years. Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow, you're about the same as me. I just hit 2.
Oh, okay.
And this a few weeks ago, but okay. So how would you describe your family? Who is in your family, and kind of like who lives in your household today?
I have a small immediate family.
Okay.
It's my mother, myself, my brother, my 3 kids, and my nephew.
How old are your kids?
My oldest is going to be 26 next month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And my daughter, she's 21. Oh, wow. And my youngest is 14.
Oh, wow.
So that's Nicholas, Serena, and Frankie.
Wow. That's amazing. I would have never guessed your kids were that age. Wow. You're doing something right. Okay. And then do you have any pets included in that?
We do. We just got a little puppy. We've had him for a couple of months. He's Doberman mixed with Blue Heeler or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, Blue Heeler.
Yeah, his name is Rocky.
Rocky.
Yes, he's all over the place. He's all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, we have another child.
Oh, they are. Speaking of that, my dog is currently walking around the office. So if you hear a clip, clap, that's her little nails on the hardwood floor. So I put her in her bed, but she is she loves people too much. So she's interested and she's walking around. But no, you're right. They're like kids.
Yes.
They're really I forgot how much work they were until I got her.
Yeah.
And they have all their own needs, including emotional needs.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. He wants to play around everywhere. Can't leave my slippers or shoes anywhere because he'll go grab it and take off running with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's something else.
So if I see your shoes a little torn up at work, it's just,
the shoelaces.
we'll know that it's Rocky's fault. We'll blame Rocky. Okay. So what is your favorite way to spend time with your family?
Well, we all love sports.
Okay.
So on the weekends, we always have, or even during the week when like baseball's on, we all watch our baseball. And we have our Sunday night football. Even basketball, we love our Lakers too.
Oh, okay. Oof.
So,
all right.
Yeah. We're sports fans. We love watching our sports, especially my mom. She won't not miss a baseball game. Yeah. She's more of a baseball fan.
Okay. Yeah, there's someone who won't be named, and I won't blame her. I'm not criticizing her, but I just thought it was really cute and funny. We have one resident who will leave chapel if the Rams are on. And she's great. She tells me beforehand. She says, and I don't think she'll mind me telling this because she's a funny gal. But she tells me before chapel, "Oh, the Rams are playing, so I'm going to leave a little early." I said, "Okay, that's fine." so I appreciate that dedication to your team.
Well, I kind of probably not always do the same thing, but because I take my son and my nephew to catechism on Sundays, and sometimes the Raiders play while we're at mass. So I'm like, oh. Okay, so then after mass, they go to their catechism class, but I go to the car and then I start watching on my NFL app while I wait for them.
Well, yeah, it's hard out here on the West Coast because the games, especially the ones that are being played on the East Coast, that they get played. They start at 10 a.m. In the morning, so that they do start early out here. It's taken me a while to get used to that.
Yeah.
So what was the first and last school that you attended? What was your elementary school?
My elementary is Maxon Elementary, right across the street from my house.
Okay. So you didn't get very far.
No, not at all.
That's okay. My parents still live right down the street from my elementary school. And what was the last school you attended?
Mountain View High School. Okay. And those are in El Monte. I was born in Los Angeles, but I grew up in El Monte.
Okay. El Monte. And what was your very first job?
My first job was at 13.
Oh, wow.
Because back then, they had, the EDD office had a summer youth program. So every summer I would work, apply, and they would either assign me to, would have summer classes, summer school, and either to help out in the cafeteria or even do some of the, cleaning the classrooms. One time I did an office also too, so they just give you little opportunities there. So my first one was in the cafeteria.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's young. I think I started working when I was 15, so a little later, but I did work in the cafeteria in college.
Yeah.
That's an interesting job. That's hard work too. And then your clothes smell like food, but not in a good way. It kind of like all the foods get absorbed.
It does.
It's a strange smell. So talking a little bit about your job here, when you first started at Villa, what was one thing that surprised you?
The first thing that surprised me was the executive director, how he just came and approached me and knew my name.
Yeah.
And said hi and was very friendly. In my past 2 facilities that I had it was different. It wasn't like that. So that surprised me. And I was like, oh, he even knows my name. He knows who I am. And he didn't even look at my name tag. Yeah. But, that did surprise me because I didn't have that with, my previous directors. So.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And I think that's one thing that I think still happens. Where
it does.
I see everyone trying to... I really see an effort by all the staff to get to know the other staff and to be a little kind of like a family.
Right.
I know that gets thrown around a lot. Like, oh, we're like a family, and but yeah, I think it can be true, and I think in most times I feel like I see that here. So
yeah,
it's good to know that's been a consistent.
And you feel better when it's that way, and you work better, and more comfortable, which is.
Yeah, exactly. It helps you feel like your work's important and that and that you're appreciated, which is you are appreciated.
Thank you very much.
And that's a big deal. So, what is your favorite thing about your current job, and what is your favorite part of the workday?
I love my residents. I do. I've been doing this since 2004. And I love, the conversations we have and knowing about them, where they grew up at or what they did, or even about their own families and stuff like that. You get to know them. And I just love my residents. Yeah. I do.
I would agree. We have some really neat people here.
I remember when I first started doing this, they would at my first facility, they were like, try not to get too attached. Oh no, it's not. It's something that I cannot do. I do.
Yeah, I mean,
and I love it.
Well, yeah, when you work with people, and I understand the idea, because you do lose people.
Yes, that's hard.
Whether they move or more often or not, they pass away, and so there's some truth to that you don't. It's good not to get too attached, but that's almost impossible as human beings to not develop relationships and to connect with someone.
That's the hard part for me.
Yeah.
I cannot not get attached, or if they do move, or if they do pass away, that's the hardest part of this job. And I just, it hurts.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. And so what do you think is the biggest lesson you've learned working in your position, in your field?
Just having, patience, lots of patience. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, before I started doing this, oh my God, my patience were really, low, but you got to have patience and understanding of each, person's, how their abilities, I guess, of what what they can and they cannot do, and it's just Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's hard when somebody. It's easy to say, well, you're, for someone that's been walking their whole life, or they've been showering their whole life by themselves. It'd be easy to say, well, I'll just do it for you, and I'll lift you up, I'll do this, all that. But there's a certain dignity to allowing them, giving a person the time to still do things that give them independence.
Exactly, because it's hard for them to lose their independence. And that's what I try to do, is not to take away that completely. If there's something they can still do, pick out their clothes, or something they could still do, I let them. Of course, I'm, watching, making sure, but, you can't take all that away, because it's already hard enough for them, to have somebody there and especially do the showers, or,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I appreciate that. That's good to hear. So now I want to ask some, not too personal questions, but just some questions about you. What helps you feel at peace or feel relaxed?
Here at work?
Or just anywhere?
My own time.
Your own time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Being alone sometimes, my own time.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And it's good that you give yourself some time, especially if you've got, if they're older kids, but still family, pets, and then you've got all your responsibilities here. That's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you, and it doesn't have to be here at work, but what are you most proud of in the last year?
In the last year? My kids. Of what, they've accomplished. Mm-hmm. Little by little.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I try. We're not perfect. I'm not a perfect, parent, but I'm proud of what they're doing, and for me being there for them, and of course and supporting them and stuff. So yes.
Yeah, it's a big deal to see your kids. My kids haven't got there yet, but to get to adulthood and start to be their own person in a lot of ways.
Because it's hard.
Oh yeah. What is the scariest thing you've ever done, and why did you do it? It could be going to taking a class you were afraid of, or it could be jumping out of an airplane.
Oh yeah, that I will never do. But my biggest fear was to fly.
Oh, really? Okay.
So about 3 years ago, actually did. I went to Tennessee to go visit a friend. And, oh my God, I was nervous. I was scared. I was praying. I couldn't sleep. But I did it. I did it. That, to me, was the scariest thing.
Okay. Yeah, I've flown so much, I think I've gotten used to it. But if you think about it, it is kind of a scary...
It is, because my thoughts can go wild.
Just don't watch any movies about airplanes for a couple days.
You know what did it for me? La Bamba. When the airplane crashed, I think that did it for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, probably don't watch that before you fly. Okay. So, let's see, what else? What is the first thing you do in the morning and the last thing you do at night?
The first thing I do in the morning is I wake up at 5 o'clock and I shower, get ready for work. And I come to work. Honestly, I don't even have time to make myself a cup of coffee or anything because traffic is pretty hard. So that's what I do. I say bye to my kids, give them a kiss, bless them, say a little prayer as I leave, and I come to work.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
What is the last thing you do before you go to bed?
The last thing I do is, because I go and I pick up my son from basketball practice. He gets out at 7 o'clock. So just get home, make sure, he eats, clean up a little bit, and then I go to bed. Yeah. And,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it was Kim said this is a personal hygiene question. Make sure you shower in the morning and brush your teeth at night.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course.
Okay. So ideally, how would you spend your birthday? When is your birthday? Do you mind saying?
My birthday is on May 10th.
May 10th. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Either with family and friends. In May, they had me a surprise birthday party, which was very, very fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was.
So you're not one of those people that hate surprises. You're just
no.
So it was a good thing for you.
It was. It was exciting. They made me cry. I felt so special.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so last question here. Kind of what are you hoping for, or what are you looking forward to in this next year?
In this next year, I'm always hoping for more peace. For no more COVID, of course.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So we can try and get back to, how we were before, hopefully. Yeah.
I can agree with those things. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to work with you. I always enjoy seeing you in the halls, and you're always a very friendly, warm. You're kind of like a walking ray of sunshine.
Thank you very much.
At least every time I've seen you, I don't know what you're like at other times, but at least around me, I appreciate that. And so,
thank you.
And thank you for taking the time to talk with me today. So.
Thank you for inviting me.